Hello everyone and welcome to episode 27 of the CWA, the Real World Draft Series on the channel as the Canadian Wrestling Alliance marches forward with some more CWA Stampede action. It's feeling like we're getting closer and closer to losing out on money. One of these months we're going to do it. This last month we only made $204,000 thanks to not being on pay-per-view anymore. It's going to be tough. It's going to be tough because we have so many people on this roster. And also we're paying some people just money at all who haven't even been here, i.e. looking at you, fucking Ronda Rousey. I don't want, let's see if we can see her contract. Yeah. She's making that money, $93,000 per month. And she won't be here for at least a year, thanks to her being, 7 months, 3 weeks now. Just ridiculous. Ridiculous. God. Alright, so let's run the show here. As Axis Violence Giants pre-show match. Only the third time we've ever done this. Actually, it's the second tag match where they've been like an 8-mans and 6-man tags against each other. But the only 2v2 matchup, it's only been done twice, both on the pre-shows of shows because, Shuji Ishikawa and Suwama aren't really over enough to be on the main show. But Go Shizaki and Katsuhiko Nakajima get the win over Violence Giants as Axis. Still saddens me they're not a team anymore, but here we are, at least in this universe. They are still protected as Violence Giants take the fall thanks to the moonsault in 10:01. Nakajima with a 55. What a lad as this fucking match. Alright, Ray Phoenix and Shima. As this would be a fantastic match in real life. But this was, Phoenix, we're still kind of waiting. I think, as far as what we want to do with his run so far, which it's been, I think, I'm starting to think, I don't think we debuted him on the actual Slam for the Rocket Show. I don't think we had him and Guevara on the main card. I think we still have him on the pre-show. Off the top of my head, I think that's what we did. Let's just go back to the booking. That got a 67. Ray Phoenix 74. He'll be used on our show for sure. Let's see if we can go with show history. There we go. So, yeah, we did. Alright, perfect. As, Ray Phoenix, I think he just joined the roster finally. I think at this time. I could be wrong, though. I just want to make sure. I guess we can just look at Ray Phoenix's match history. See, I don't see him in here. Alright, perfect. So that is his debut on the show. How fun. As, basically how he's going to debut is Guevara's going to come out and be like, I'm the best high flyer in CWA, but the Ray Phoenix comes out and they have a match and they'll beat him once that time comes. But let's go back into the show. You just saw kind of what's all going on. It's before the actual show starts. Wade Barrett and Sheamus take out the Young Bucks in the parking lot. So fun. We get to tag champions again. I feel like this is like the third time the Bucks have been taken out before the show happens. As in the Stampede, of course. Stampede TV intro. The open up the show with a rematch from the Slammy Showdown for the Rocket as Tomohiro Ishii versus Hiroshi Tanahashi. This time, the Tanahashi wins with a high fly flow in 12:30. It's 45 for Tanahashi, 43 for Ishii. That's tough. That saddens me. As Sasha, she gets her answer. She has an answer, rather, for Trish. Trish gets her answer from Sasha. As she says, if she can beat whoever comes down that ramp, she gets a title shot. She gets her title shot at BC Beatdown. That's all she has to do is beat the woman who comes down that. Well, I guess it could be a man, but that gotta be unfair. As it's Candice LeRae. She makes her debut for the CWA. So basically, what happens is Sasha interferes. Let's say she's on commentary for this match, and she jumps off by the announce table, runs in and takes out Trish. As it was a ref bump or somehow there was some type of shenanigans. As then Candice refuses to kind of capitalize off of that as she's, kind of shaking her fingers. Sasha's yelling at her like, pin her, this is it. This is your time. You can debut and get a big win over Trish Stratus. And Candice just refuses. She's not going to win that way. So then finally, Sasha just starts, basically throughout this distraction, Trish gets up, takes out both of them, and then pins Candice LeRae with Stratus. Factor in the 9:39. As, they didn't click, and she was off her game, so it was a 48, but, could have been worse. Candice debuts with an adequate fan-favorite gimmick. Tough losing in your debut, but kind of in this scenario, I think this elevated the character, Candice LeRae, more. As, we understand who she is, we understand she's not going to cheat, this was some type of shenanigan thing. You know, she loses though, still. But it's a tough debut having a match there where they don't click. But so Trish gets her win over Candice. So there, in fact, she gets her title shot, her rematch against Sasha at BCB. As now the big effing rig, Brodie Lee, he's got a gauntlet match tonight. He's going to take on Evil Uno, Stu Grayson, and Brody King in a gauntlet match. Obviously, if he gets through Evil Uno, Stu Grayson, he'll take on Brody King. But I guess that's not a given. So we'll see what happens. All right, minute in, discus lariat. Brodie Lee kills him in a minute. Out comes Stu Grayson. He gets killed with a discus lariat in a minute 19. As you see the theme, just squashing Evil Uno and Stu Grayson in the Dark Order. Now he's got Brody. It's Brody versus Brody. Brodie Lee gets the win over Brody King in 8:06 with a discus lariat. As Father James Mitchell, he's tried to distract Brody. Wasn't enough, though. Distracted Brodie Lee, rather. It's Brody King taking the fall for the discus lariat. As that was fun. That was a fun little... Brody, the big effing rig, is killing people already. As he's taking out half of Dark Order. But then Tommy in, and then the rest of the Dark Order come out. Well, they were already out there, I guess, for the match with Brody, and they start attacking Brodie Lee. As Tommy in takes out the big effing ring from behind with the British Commonwealth title. Takes him out, as then they're stomping the boots to him, but out comes Kevin Steen and Sami Zayn. They make the save, they run him off, and help the big fucking rig up to his feet. As that was fun. So we gained some heat, and for that, the big effing rig story. That was fun. I just wanted to see what the big effing rig could do in that type of gauntlet setting. Yeah, we lost more pop, but we also were, restricted due to the number of views and whatnot. I figured this wasn't going to be the greatest TV because of a lot of different scenarios. A, no Pac, no Brock Lesnar, no Bryan Danielson, nothing. So, then on to basically that. The Trish, maybe I figured that would have done really well, but actually didn't. I can't believe the Brodie Lee, Brody King match was actually the best thing. Actually, the pre-show, Rey Fenix versus Shima was the best thing on the card. Yeah, Rey Fenix was ready. I didn't expect a 74 from him right out of the gate, because I don't think his overness is very high. I think it's still in the 30s. It might be in the 40s. It actually might be in the green. Let's just take a look. We finished. Oh, Timothy Thatcher, just a fucking hairy-chested fuck. Man, it could have been worse. It could have been a lot worse, but it also could have been better. We were kind of wanted to keep focus on Brody. Brody's just been really the highlight of these past two Stampedes, and we wanted to kind of keep that going. Let's just take a look. I could have... Oh, wow, it's a 56. Never mind. So, yeah, that makes sense. So, I mean, you look at the stats. Obviously, Rey Fenix is awesome. It's going to be fun to use him. Like him and Pac would be an awesome match. Stuff like that. But it's interesting. Those guys like Guevara and Phoenix and even Noam Dar. Some of the new-ish debut guys... Shima and Ricky Doi. We're just kind of waiting on that opportunity. Noam Dar, his debut kind of came and went as, taking on Pac and as far as, the CWA Heart Attack show. Then he's only been used like 3 times afterwards. Only one, actual main showing as, it's tough. It's tough for sure. It's, those guys who don't really have the pop, it's really tough. But, now we got Brody. He's doing his thing. He's got a pretty big pop. Rey Fenix, he's doing his thing. We're assigning more guys that are more over too, so that's going to help everybody else involved. So that's fun. Nick Jackson, Matt Jackson, they've kind of came a long way from their pop levels. If we want to just take a look. They start out with a 33 pop. Now they're in the 50s. So it just takes a while. We just got to get, now we're getting to the point where we're almost 30 episodes in, and our roster's over. We got 2 more TVs until the BC Beatdown show, which we already got, the main event. We already got Bryan and Pac. That's set. We've basically now set up Sheamus and Barrett in the Bucks. What's Kevin? Kevin Steen and Sami Zayn. They just now helped out Brody. Obviously Brody and Tommy in. That is what's going to be built up for the match, but. Just kind of already, since you're still here, I think what we're going to do on this next Stampede, we're going to have some type of 8-man or 6-man. Probably a 6-man, because it just, makes sense. But Sami Zayn, Kevin Steen, Brodie taking on Dark Order, which is going to be Brock, Brodie King, Tommy End. I think that's what we're going to do. We're going to have Brock kind of be like, yeah, basically him just being pissed off at Dark Order, being a bunch of losers. And he just like, I'll take care of it myself type of thing. And it's kind of interesting, though. Paige, I had no idea she was... I figured maybe we could talk her into being unretired when we signed her. Turns out we can't, so kind of got to figure out something to do with Paige. As it's kind of been the thing as far as what we're waiting on. Roderick Strong's going to be interesting what we're going to do with him. He's over, so that's good, but not really sure exactly, which is dangerous game, signing people, not really having an idea of what we want to do. Brodie had an idea, with the big effing Rig story, but like Shima and the Ricky Doi, it's kind of tough because obviously they can't really cut promos because, they don't speak English, but we'll figure something out. Figure something out for sure. So, yeah, because, them in the Bucks will have an awesome match. Like, that's going to be awesome. Thank you all for watching, as we will catch you guys next time for more CWA action. Take care, everyone.